Muppet Vision 3D. You join a world where the Muppets are explaining to you the technology of 3D as invented by Dr. Bunsen Honeydew and his assistant Beaker. It's a fun 3D show with Piggy, Kermit, all your favorite Muppet characters. Sure to please everyone except for maybe these two guys. So in the midst of it, Bean tries to help out in the show with Miss Piggy. He makes all kind of mess ups, and they tell him basically they don't want him there anymore, and Bean runs away. So then Sweetums comes out in the audience with a big flashlight and searches the theater for Bean to convince him to come back. And all the kids in the audience shout out, "Oh, he's over there! No, look over there!" And finally, Sweetums pinpoints Bean with the flashlight. They beg Bean to come back, tell him he'll be in charge of something in the grand finale. And the show ends with, of course, a great big calamity, but it was great Muppet fun. So now that I've explained that to you and just how cool I think the Muppet Vision 3D is, now we're going to kind of use it as a jumping off point to talk about a biblical principle. So stick with me as we do Disney and Bible with Bob. Hello, and welcome to Disney and Bible with Bob. In the intro, we talked about Muppet Vision 3D, and more specifically, about how Bean ran away, and it took the flashlight that Sweetums was carrying to spotlight where he was, and that way they could ask him to come back, and everything was going to be okay. So, in the Bible, we can read in Psalm 119, 105, "Your word is a lamp to guide my feet, and a light for my path." How important it is to know how we can relate to God's Word when it comes to guiding our lives. So I like to look at it this way. When we are faced with something, we're examining what's going to happen in our life, we should be examining it with the flashlight of God's Word. We should be examining each thing based on things that we know about contextually. So is it explained in the verse, in the chapter, in the book, in the section of the Bible? Or is it in agreement with the overall character of God? Is it something that's against church doctrine, what most churches would accept as being the main church doctrines? All those things should come into play, but every idea that you have, you should be using the Bible to shine down on that idea and to examine it and to see if it lines up with God's Word. So let's examine this in the reverse. So in Proverbs 21:2, we can read, "People may be right in their own eyes, but the Lord examines their heart." So think about it when we look at the Bible. Sometimes we want to believe something so much that what we'll do is we'll take that belief and we'll shine it on the Bible, trying to find a verse that will prove what it is that we're trying to say. And of course, the problem with that, just as we discussed before, is that if you don't look at the context of what was written, and you don't look at it in the light of God's character and accepted doctrine and wisdom, discernment, the advice and opinion of other people, other godly people that are in your lives, if you put that to the side, it's real easy just to take what you believe and shine it on the Bible until you can find a verse to prove what you want it to prove. That's going to seem right in your own eyes. It's going to at times maybe feel right, but it's not sound doctrine, and it's not the way to build your relationship with God. So just like it makes more sense, when we've lost something, we'll take a flashlight and shine the flashlight around trying to find it and not expect it to illuminate and find us. In much the same way, we should be looking and letting God's Word illuminate and guide our path, and not taking our path and trying to impose it on the Bible. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope that it's blessed you and encouraged you. And I pray that you have a great day.